Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, and on here I talk about bipolar disorder and my religion, which is Christianity. I'm a diehard Bible thumping Christian, and I just happen to be severely bipolar. So I just wanted to check in with you all about what's been going on this week. Um, I had a pity party for myself. I gave myself time to have a pity party, and I cried. I listened to the Mind Games album by John Lennon and just sobbed. And it felt good to do that because I've been holding a lot in. I went to the doctor on Tuesday, and he told me some bad news. He said that he wasn't happy with the way the hospital tweaked my meds, and they didn't tweak them enough. And it kind of made me realize the hospital, if you're hallucinating and you're having a psychotic episode, you need to go to the hospital. I mean, number one, period. But they're really just there to get you out of that episode. They're not really there to treat you long term. And that's something I've learned from going there a second time in the past year. They make you feel better and then send you on your way, and you kind of have to follow up with doctors and psychiatrists and therapists and stuff like that. That's all on you. Which I'm doing. I'm doing everything right. And my doctor did say I'm doing everything right, but yet this still happened. And that really sucks. Uh, I'm going to have to change antipsychotics, and that's something that my doctor cannot do, because he's just family practice, and he basically told me that he can't help me anymore, and that was really hard because I like my doctor. I quit seeing my psychiatrist because he said he'd take over my prescriptions because I was stabilized, and then this happened, which makes me think that bipolar is stronger than the meds. And my opinion is that there's a spiritual piece to this, because when I'm in psychosis, I see demons. I see things. And I see like another world. And it becomes, at least with bipolar disorder, you can pretty much tell the difference between the two worlds. They just become meshed together. And it's like, I knew spiders weren't crawling up my arm, but I could see them. I knew I was hallucinating, and I think I don't know anything about schizophrenia really, but I know they have a hard time telling the difference between reality and fiction. At least with me, I can kind of see the difference. It's just the other world was becoming very prominent. And I do think demons are real, and I mean, it's just weird. The hospital confiscated my Bible, and I think a lot of that has to do with all of my references to demons. It's a secular place. For the most part, I got to go to church in there. So that's that. And then my therapist kind of told me the same thing. I do virtual therapy. And she was upset that I guess she was feeling kind of guilty that she didn't see my psychosis happening. And a lot of that has to do with virtual therapy. She thinks that maybe I'd be a better fit for in-person therapy, which I don't want to do. I don't want to have to drive somewhere, especially if I'm going every week. I'd rather just do it from the comfort of my phone and my car. Because as you know, this is my favorite place to talk. So yeah, I bawled my eyes out, listened to John Lennon, Mind Games, and had a good cry. With my puppy. My puppy is making me so happy. She's really been helping me out a lot. And, so that's that. Now, let's see, I talked to my pastor. My pastor called me when I was in the hospital, which I was so happy. That made me really happy. And then he texted me the other day seeing how I was doing. And the thing about my pastor is if you miss too much church, he will come find you and ask, he'll invite you back. And that really meant a lot. Because I felt weird going back. It's like I wanted to go back, but I wasn't sure how people felt about me. And that is mental illness right there, being paranoid. And it's just, I've been coming out of this funk, and the world looks very different to me right now. And it's like my doctor said, I'm seeing the world the way it is. But I think when I'm in psychosis, I am seeing things that are there that you can't normally see. It's almost like a clairvoyancy or something. And people in the Bible saw demons. I know that I'm not the only one who's experienced this, and I do believe the Bible is the Word of God. And it gives me a little comfort knowing that I'm not alone, that this has been going on for thousands of years. And the Bible also instructs you on what to do about it. And that's something I'm going to maybe hopefully talk about in church, because I need freaking prayer. Jesus talks about prayer and fasting. I don't know if I'm ready to do a fast. I don't know. Fasting is kind of scary to me. I could do a partial fast and just give up something. I think that would be a little more feasible for me right now. I don't want to take on too much too soon. But man, I sure can't wait to go back to church. I'm going to be heading out to work here in a minute, and I'm really excited to get the day over so I can come home and be with my puppy. My puppy is bringing me so much joy, and I've gotten so much good advice. I posted something on my county page on Facebook about her, and because I'm really freaking proud of this dog. I have wanted a poodle my whole life. I have wanted a standard poodle, and she's got collie in her. She's a collie mix, and I loved Lassie. So so that is that, everybody. I'm gonna take my dog to a groomer, and I gotta find her a vet. Probably just take her to Tractor Supply. It's a little cheaper, and we have a spay neuter express where I live, so that'll save me some money on neutering or spaying, because she's my little princess dog and she deserves the best. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that, just letting you guys know what's up. I'd like to hopefully do some makeup videos here soon, and that's it for today. Have a wonderful Friday and a safe weekend, and go to church. All right, bye.